Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, May 21st, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I listen with love. And today we don't have too much happening directly today, and yet we are building into a new moon relatively early in the day, midday on Friday. We are building into this Venus-Mercury conjunction. We're still coming off that Venus-Neptune square, which feeds into that Venus-Mercury conjunction. Plus dark of the moon energy as we build to that new moon. Am I missing something? Mercury square Neptune, yeah, that feeds into that. So we got some interesting energies. I listen with love. So if you haven't listened to my Gemini scope, I would listen to my Sun in Gemini scope. But what I'm really feeling is more so than the energy today, although it has its place, I'm really feeling these building things. So we just came off this Venus-Neptune square, which I said, really look into those relationship mirrors, what could possibly be coming up around those energies. It may be really old, past life, deep stuff, Neptune and Pisces, really deep energies. This Venus retrograde, I feel like, is taking us very deep into the history of yin to recover information, things that need to be expressed. And my feeling is that Mercury joining this party, especially with this new moon incoming, is just amplifying these energies that need to be heard, these energies that need to be listened to. So this could be about your personal relationship history with yourself, with the world, with spirit, with your beloved. It can be also, like I said, really deep, very past life oriented. And again, having the past life card is like, yeah, chances are it's going to be deep. The dark of the moon, to me, also feels like it increases the depths. Now, Gemini isn't generally known for transversing the depths. And I say that thinking about many Geminis that I know that do transverse way beneath the surface. But these energies together, they really are pulling us in. So do, with this, like pretend you're a Scorpio, do be willing to go under the surface, listen with love to the energies that are coming up. Now, Mercury is also amplifying, like I said, this square, and we're going to have Mercury-Neptune squaring on Friday. Squares bring up resistance, and so our mind may at first resist these energies that are coming up because we have no proof, or this is a wild fantasy, a wild story, or any of those kinds of things. Our work really is to listen with love to these energies because there is something there for you. What we also have to be aware of is, my feeling is, even though it's Gemini, which again can get very mental, it feels like there's a lot of emotions being stirred up with this. Listen with love to these stories, to these emotional stories that are coming up for you in these astro energies with this Venus, Mercury, Neptune play, dark of the moon. Again, there's information there for you. And like I told a friend who was feeling really emotional in these energies, I was like, well, what does spirit have to say to you about like what's coming up for you? Be willing to ask those questions. And then again, listen with love. Stay open. Stay open to the energies, but also be very aware of like the mental stories that may come into play. Now, speaking of that, all through today, we actually have the moon hanging out in Taurus still in Taurus, even though we're going to have a new moon in Gemini tomorrow on Friday. The moon in Taurus may bring up worth stuff to go hand in hand with these energies that are coming up. And I feel like, especially for the yin, there is a lot of worth pieces that come into play with these stories. So the first connection actually is the moon connecting to Neptune energy. So, again, the yin has been withheld and silenced and all of that for so long. And so there may be some of that frustration, there may be some of that pain, there may even be fear around that coming up. So do be aware of that. And again, how can you listen with love to those parts of yourself, not just be like, you're stupid, why are you afraid? Because lifetimes of evidence have given us it has not been safe to speak, and yet it is important, and now is the time. Our other connection that we have is, speaking of now is the time, the moon connecting to Pluto. Pluto in Capricorn, and this is like, can you be empowered? Can you take back the authority of your voice, the authority of your personal worth, the authority of your gifts, your creativity, the beauty that you came to bring in and express? So this is really powerful energy. It's not necessarily easy. I mean, these stories have a lot of pain behind them. So again, be very gentle with yourself in and through this energy. I also want to say, between stories coming in and these mental energies that are flowing, sleep may get a little difficult. Your mind may be a little overstimulated. Remember the lesson of Taurus, to stay grounded. Meditate, be willing to listen and daydream, especially if you're feeling like you can't sleep, because that may be the key. Sometimes Spirit's like, I gotta get through to you, I gotta get through to you, I gotta get through to you. So, let's look at these cards. I listen with love. Listen with love. Stay in the heart. I love the word courage, because cœur is a word for heart. Is it French? And so it's in the word courage. This is the strength card, reminding us to stay in the heart. When we stay there, we can get beyond those illusions, the illusions of the mind, where it's like, this isn't true, you are full of it, blah, 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 which likes to come up readily when we're delving into past life and esoteric things. I have the nothingness card, but it's the Hierophant card, but I feel like it's like beyond the Hierophant. It feels like these really deep, esoteric, spiritual teachings, lessons coming up. I also have the Control card, and I think a lot of times that's the place where we go to resist, which can also keep us awake when we're like, I'm going to control myself, I'm not ready to go there. If it's up, you are ready to go there. It may be beneficial to have somebody that you can connect with, to talk about these energies with, but don't try to lock yourself down. This is really a great awakening. So, that is it for today. I am going to be doing eclipse readings, but I have a limited amount of time, and therefore a limited amount of eclipse readings I can do. They are about half an hour. $44. There are 3 eclipses this summer. First one's June 5th. So if you'd like that, email me. It's going to be first come, first serve, and I will do what I can. So, besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And stay curious. Namaste.